Talking Smack, aka CC
CC
Smack. Back at it again, 226, right?
226.
Bro, we've been getting a lot of love from the prior episodes. So 224 with the Heart Dogs, 225 just me and Josh, and we just want to go ahead and thank y'all for all the support, man.
For sure. And we also want to let y'all know that our catalog is expanding with every episode. We have 225 already done. We'll be finishing 226 with this one. We are, without doubt, a top 1% podcast. If you
Yes,
look
sir.
out here across the podcast landscape, for one, we don't bring you gossip. For two, we bring you actionable insight, knowledge. For three, we CC Smack Podcast, and we stay consistent for over 4 years now. So, when you talk about the best podcast, if you're not mentioning us, then the conversation is really not an accurate conversation.
Hey, and I got the merch, I got the hat on, popping, you feel me? Check the back, the talk to me nice.
Facts.
And look, man, just like my guy Josh said, we're that top 1%, and you gotta have confidence in yourself, right? So whatever you do, we want to make sure that you do the work, right? Make sure you do the work. We don't come to you talking about any hot topics in social media. We come to you trying to help you uplift your financial standing and help your families out, right? Because when you do better, whether you're a man or a woman, your families do better. When your families do better, then communities do better. And when communities do better, then you have a population that can do better. You feel me?
Absolutely, man. And the biggest takeaway is, man, pop your shit, man. And the reason that I'm doing this right now is because over the last week, I really just sat back and was like, yo, I think it was that stat that like most podcasts don't get past like 7 episodes. And we had 226.
Do the math.
So we what was that, 33 times? You know what I'm saying? Like, we 33X right now.
Yo, I do want to shout out something. Bro, I see some waves in the front. I see some waves, bro. I see some waves. My boy getting waves. Hey, what you doing,
Hey, yo, he sound proud like Mahomes Sr.
No, what's your routine, yo? What you doing, yo?
Yo, it's really just, I'm saying, making sure it stays shampoo, conditioned, and moisturized.
Uh-huh.
Doing, my necessary brushes throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
And
brush check. Where your brush at?
Genetics, man.
Where your brush
it's
at?
Genetics.
Brush
It's
check.
outside
You slipping,
in the
bro.
lobby. It's outside in the lobby
It's
with my
outside
jacket.
the lobby? Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Nice.
But, yeah, you look good, you feel good, all that good stuff, man. But yeah, definitely thanks everyone for tuning in to another episode of CC Smack, man. What's good with you?
Bro, I want to thank God like we always do.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
God for allowing our listeners to make it back. Thank God for allowing us to make it back for another episode. How am I feeling, bro? I feel good, bro. If you listen to the last episode, you know that I was on a mission and I have accomplished that mission. So you're now looking at the sole lease holder. You feel me? And that's a big thing for me because that was a big challenge. And I want to put respect on everything I've been through, because
Facts.
the truth is it's difficult, right? It's really difficult, especially, when you talk about gender. A woman is going to be more excited about the aesthetics of, marriage and all those things. So when it doesn't happen, it crushes that gender a lot harder than it would the opposite, But I just want to shout out, my past because, hey, it's the reason why I'm here today,
Thanks.
But I stand tall. I am here today.
You defy the odds.
And, hey, we did the numbers, baby.
Hey, for real, what you went through, it would have broken a lot of people.
Fang.
And I'm not saying, primarily from a financial standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, but the thing I feel that makes you feel most confident in your decision is that you didn't ignore red flags, and these were repetitive red flags, and like I said, we not a relationship podcast.
Hey, she gonna find you.
But
she gonna find you. Hey, Josh said red flag. I ain't say that.
But when these things occur,
you got sisters? Can they fight?
when things occur that
Now you trying to choose his
that
words
make
more
you-
carefully. when things
when things occur that are right in front of you, and oftentimes you give people second chances, which we're given, but also at some point you have to see things for what they are.
Yo.
And it kind of we was we talk about a compatibility thing, like not in a bad way, because people change, and it's just good for the good or bad. And even you said on last episode that this is not a matter of anyone being a bad person. Not calling a bad person. You don't gotta come looking for me, despite some red flags. But it's about just humans, their compatibility, and it goes much deeper than physical attraction. And I believe once our community can get past the phenomenon of physical attraction, we can build better families. We'll have lower divorce rates, which, thankfully you didn't contribute to.
Hey, shout out to me.
And as a whole, the community can be more productive, because when we see all these, breakups and, things of that nature. Granted, I didn't grow up in a married household, so I don't have a perfect situation. But, I also know that when you start, like, I didn't grow up in a blended family either, you know what I'm saying? Mother's like, hey, son, you gonna stay over here, yo. You're like, yo, your dad can do whatever, he can call you or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the show don't stop, 1 monkey don't stop no show.
Hey, fam, and I'm gonna tell you, I better not get I'm gonna call forward. You remember call forwarding? Or you
Oh, yeah, you can put the number in.
Hey, I didn't say no red flags. I'm innocent here. But no, in all seriousness, bro, I do thank you for being there for me, because even podcasting was a form of therapy.
Yeah.
Right? You feel me? Because, hey, it was tough, man, but we moving on up, My next move will be, it's not going to be my best move, but it will be a better move. And as always, I'm going to lay out the play on CC Smack, so stay tuned for that. You know a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And hey, and any update from that business that
I
we're
feel
doing?
like I'm like kind of like you're like the rich part of LeBron, yo. Like, nah, cause y'all be hitting me, yo. He hit me with like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm considering making this move, and then I kind of like just told like, so like when somebody come to you and they ask you like for your opinion, and I like it how you came to me like off the whim, so it didn't really give me a chance to think about it so long where like I was forming a biased opinion because you my bro. Like I was just like, look here, man, just check for this, check for that. I even said, hey, I can connect you with someone who I already know has that type of business, who maybe can give you more insight than I can, being that they are immersed in it. But yeah, yo.
Bro, let's talk about the pivot game, yo.
Okay.
Because we've seen each other pivot for the better, right? Because I don't know if you remember, there was a time you were studying for like a certification.
Facts.
And that was gonna lead more on the corporate route, right?
But I actually still got the books at home. He's referring to the CFP exam.
Yeah, but that's just life, right?
Yeah.
And there was a time where it was just strictly entrepreneur lifestyle,
right. Yeah.
But then you pivot, and now it's a different season for you. But I see you pivoting for better opportunities,
right?
And sometimes people fail to reach any type of success because they just want to stay put on something, and it's a balancing act too, right? Like,
facts.
Are you going to tell the person who has the next Tesla under his belt, like, hey, you got to give up. Hey, you got to give up. You got to pivot to something else. No, right? But it's about understanding yourself, right? And I know you have a good understanding of yourself. I have a good understanding of myself. And, hey, I was CFA Poppy for a little bit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey.
You got the level 2, right?
Yeah, I got the level 2.
Yeah.
You feel me? But now, hey, them books, they
tucked away.
Yeah, they.
Matter of fact, if anybody want to buy them, let us know.
Hey, I use them as a nice little nightstand or something like that. You know what I mean? And we have pivoted, and there's nothing wrong with pivoting. You just have to know yourself, right?
That was a good that little part right there you said about knowing yourself. Like, that's very important because you're going to have people just naturally as humans who are going to question, hey, why would you do this? Or, why are you not doing this? This looks best for you. But at the end of the day, your mind, heart, and soul and what you feel is best for you, and also how you position yourself mentally, to make that transition into that new endeavor. Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? You could we probably looking at each other like, yo, why are we, you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably looking at, like, why you stopping the CFP joint? You know what I'm saying? Like,
at the time, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, like, I just didn't see it for myself right then and there.
But see, if you don't know yourself, you gonna be lunch out here for the world, because you could find a post on social media to fit any narrative, right?
Yeah.
So you don't know yourself, and you're like, you know what? I just want to quit this just because I saw this post that said I needed to quit. And then the next week, you can see another post that says, hey, you need to stay. You need to grind it out. And then the next week is, oh, hey, you need to build your business. You need to. There's so much out here that if you don't know yourself, where it's okay to find inspiration in other things, but you have to apply that to your situation.
I think two of the biggest things that you can say apply to that statement during like the pandemic was like the whole tech industry. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people was jumping to the tech industry.
Yeah.
Just based on, the salaries, the compensation packages that they had heard other people who had more tenure in that industry getting, and like, hey, they getting this, maybe I can get up to this starting point and then go from there.
Bro, I'm gonna shine a light on that. You know how many shorties don't know how to back up their phone and used to call niggas like, come back up my phone, but now they got tech jobs?
Then they got tech
jobs. Hey, fam. Hey, look, man.
And it's like, now you seeing these tech companies, they were overhiring, mm-hmm. and a lot of them are laying off, and it kind of sucks. You never want to see somebody lose their primary source of income. That's why they say you gotta keep multiple sources of income, because you just never know when the HR gonna call and say, yo, we're gonna lay you off. I've never had to deal with a layoff. I feel like they called me and like they was like, yo, blah blah, like, I know. No, that ain't how it works. But no, definitely, be gracious towards your friends who have been laid off, unfortunately. But it also speaks to like keeping, like I said earlier about CC Smack being not only just about financial stuff, but your personal development, like keeping those skills up to date. Hey. What they call CE, continuing education credits. Hey. Like, stay tuned in to your industry. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay tapped in, because the world is forever changing. So, yeah, you got your bachelor's degree. Yeah, you may have received a master's degree, but the world is changing now. The world is forever changing. They bringing in AI now to talk to people with the chat, with the GPT, whatever mm-hmm. it's called. Like, so you gotta stay up on your game in your industry, whether it's new certifications, going to conferences, like that type of investing into yourself is going to pay like massive dividends down the road, because when you go to different companies, they're going to see, oh, okay, not only does he has this, it tells two things. Not only you have the knowledge, but you took the initiative to put yourself in an environment where you're going to learn about the latest and greatest in, your industry. You're not just being stagnant in your personal or your career development.
Yeah, and another thing I was going to say is OnlyFans always hiring, so make your choice. Make your choice.
The OnlyFans is always hiring, but how many fans can you get?
I mean, hey, niggas be paying.
Hey,
niggas be paying.
They pay for
wait. Hey, can we be honest on here?
Yeah.
You ever paid for OnlyFans?
I promise to God, I never paid for OnlyFans.
That's why I fuck with you, man.
I don't even have Twitter Blue. Like, I don't need, what I'm saying? I don't need that to validate me.
I ain't never paid for no subscription.
No, I don't need to pay for a subscription, baby. Yeah. Just live shows only.
Live shows only. Okay. Hey, you heard the man. Live shows only. Yo, hey, speaking of like live shows, as a matter of fact, I'm not gonna do that. How was your Valentine's Day?
It was cool, man.
It was cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. The weekend, it was cool, man.
Hey, do anything fun?
Yeah, went out to a couple events, you know what I'm saying, around town.
How was Atlanta, yo?
Yeah, link with my man. That's CC Smack. That's CC Smack. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Atlanta.
Yeah, man.
Atlanta's a very interesting place. Yeah. And we had a lot of fun. We linked up out in Atlanta, got some drinks, yeah. Hey, man.
Hey, right when you drive, I'm looking at him like, you really gonna go there? Like, all right. I mean, hey, all right, you can. I'm a jump cooling.
Hey,
but nah.
Let's get back into the show, man. One thing that you have to be wary of is blanket financial advice.
Yeah, facts, man. Facts. The type of environment we're in right now, economically, really is something that you can't just look or read something online and say, okay, this applies to me, or this is something I could use. You gotta dive deeper, because what I've noticed online is two things: that even when people try to teach things online, there are various different teaching styles, and this just goes much deeper than just the subject matter itself. So different people learn things different ways, but also a lot of time when these people are teaching you different things online, they're telling you the process, but they're not necessarily telling you the prerequisites or what type of situation you should be in, or what's the best situation to be in currently to have the biggest benefit from what they're trying to teach you, or what type of action they're stating you should take. So, for instance, something as simple as life insurance, right? So you got term life insurance, you got whole life insurance, and whole life insurance, some of their policies come, if you have a universal index, it comes with
that whole life.
Whole
like hose?
Nah, like whole, like a pie, a whole.
Got you.
And
just clarifying.
Yeah. No, those I get their own insurance, but it's a component where it has an investment component to it. You also have whole life policy that have a cash value component to it, where you can basically be your own bank. But then you also have term life insurance, where it's essentially what it is for a certain term. So you could actually get term life insurance and never cash in. I mean, that's the hope, that you don't cash on it. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if, Lord willing, if he calls somebody home and you're the beneficiary, then you're going to cash in on it. So, when you think about it, it's a no-brainer. The whole life insurance, some variation of whole life insurance is the best bet. But what somebody may not tell you is that, you can get term life insurance, you're in good health for $20-$30 a month. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one example. And also when you come to different types of investments, even certain stocks, you got large caps, mid caps, small caps. Small caps gonna have a lot more volatility. Historically, they do much better than the mid caps and the large caps. But like I said, they come with a lot more volatility. So you gotta think, hey, can I stomach falling down 50% in a year? You know what I'm saying? With a small cap, where I can stomach if you take that ride, you can stomach that, and then the next year it might do 150 to 200%, where you're gonna bounce back plus more. So it's one of those and that's what kind of happened with crypto. That's what happened with crypto. A lot of people saw others, it appeared, whether they did or did not. Yeah, NFTs, they make a lot of money, this and that. And one thing you gotta know is that more people than not are gonna mainly show you wins online. So somebody could make $10,000 off a trade, lose $10,000 on a different trade. So they really broke even for the day.
Right.
But they're gonna show you that $10,000 trade that they gained on. In your mind, yo, they making 10 bands a week. yo, how can I get like them? When really
You
they
gotta-
evened
yeah.
out. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
you chasing a dream, and I think that the recession is gonna bring out more desperation. So I really wanted to make that statement because that's just something to remind yourself and be wary of. Is just don't jump at the first thing. Trust me, like somebody said, when was the last time for the crypto back in late 2020 to early 21 run for things to really start to flip to downward trend? Is when did they ever make it that easy to make so much amount of money, especially for the Negroes?
Hey, bro. Fam. And another thing is when you see some of this blanket financial advice, sometimes it be paid advertisements, right? So there is no duty of care from the people who are talking to you.
They had
They
all
don't
the
have-
football players doing the FTX, so they had
They
Brady
don't have
on
any
there.
experience. They don't have any experience. They just get in the bag, So like my guy Josh said, you got to be very careful when you're taking some of this advice.
It's and to that point, it's more that's coming more so from a marketing standpoint where they know people gonna eat it up. Oh, if Tom Brady is doing it,
Yeah.
I want to do it. If such and such doing it, I want to do it. Like Rihanna, her halftime performance, those Solomon shoes she had on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Bryce, you know what I'm saying, down Charlotte. We've been rocking Solomon. But that shoe she had on the Super Bowl, it went on sale $360 at Saks Fifth, and like all but two sizes was sold out by Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just the power of marketing also. Like you gotta be wary of marketing as well because people gonna. It's another thing. Like I said, people gonna they're gonna tell you half the story and not gonna tell you the whole story sometime, and you can't be afraid to ask those questions neither. Like yo, if you really doing this, like why you still standing with your mother, yo? Like you really gotta stop. You really gotta do like. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing, what they say, like, the whole thing about, like, what they say, like, people be like, yeah, I know millionaires, they still driving, like, Camrys and all that. Like, trust me, it's less millionaires driving Camrys than millionaires who in luxury cars. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got different vices. It may not be a car, it might be a big crib, but if you're really about it, you know what I'm saying? Something gonna be big time-esque. You know what I'm saying? In their lifestyle.
No, I agree. So, bro, I want to switch gears a little bit. I found this article that was very interesting. It says, most couples are financially incompatible. This is based on a survey. And he said, having a money talk can help no matter how long you've been together. So, some of the questions that they posed, or some of the exercises that they posed, right?
Okay.
So, if you are a newly partnered couple or you're a newly married couple, some of the things you should do: open the books. It says show one another your financial information. You already show them everything else. Show one another your financial information. This show and tell can be a way to talk about how much student loan or credit card debt you have and how you intend to save for retirement.
Yo, that's one of those exercises where, depending on, you know what I'm saying, how much pushback you get from somebody.
Hey, run.
Red flag.
Hey. Yo. Hey, disclaimer. This is not based on real life events, yo. This is a Lifetime show.
They fudge the books. Red flag.
Yo.
But nah, if you get to a point like that, I
beat your ass.
I feel like open the books.
She gonna fuck you up,
This is what Dirk said. This is all props. This is all cap. But
oh man,
that type of transparency, you got to be deep in there. Like you got to be deep, like to open the books, like because I actually there was this popular hypothetical question, which I feel like is one of the better hypothetical questions that people be talking about online. But versus, you gonna take $500,000 a lunch with Jay-Z? Give me the money. But no, when people be like, you know what I'm saying? in what time frame is it appropriate to ask someone that you're dating about their finances? And I feel like that's a great hypothetical question. And I always say that I feel like the best way to do it is to start having not about either party's personal financial information, but just have general financial talks and just seeing how responsive they are to it, kind of see like what their type of answers, like, see if, you talking like, yeah, I'm thinking about, investing or buying an X and Y business. And they like, I don't know if that's a good,
Hey, bro, let me tell you, man, and this might sound cliche, but you gotta treat it like sex. What do I mean by that?
You have to chew what?
Treat it like sex.
Treat it like sex.
So here's the thing: you get into a new relationship, and you gonna try it, right? You gonna be like, "Yo, what's good?" And if your shorty's not with it, she gonna be like, I'm not comfortable right now." And y'all have a talk, right? Like, "Hey, what's going on?" She might say, I'm just dealing with some trauma." You might tell her, "I go to therapy," or you might say, "Hey, well, I can't do this," right? Or you might try, and she's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm with it." Right? Or you might try and she might say, "Hey, look, I like to wait at least a month before we get into these types of things just because I want to make sure that, you're the right person." I don't know. So if on day one I ask shorty like, "Yo, what's up with your debt?" First of all, when we try to have sex, it's not, "Oh, you ain't never getting none of this. Oh, hell no. Why you even try this?" No.
Toby said he gonna ask her what's up with her debt, and she gonna be like, "What's up with the dick?"
No. I should ask that, and you should address it the same way, where it's like, "Oh, hey, I have a little bit of trauma about my debt, but I'm working on it, and I can see myself being comfortable with something like this if we're in a relationship for like a couple months, whatever. Give me a timeline."
Basically, what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen, is if she can open her legs, she can open the books.
If she can open the legs, she can definitely open the books, and vice versa. If he could, what? But we are an all-inclusive type podcast.
You guys,
we like all the listeners. So if he can open his legs too, then he can open the books. It is what it is. You feel me? But if somebody is just, if they refrain from it in a way that is scary,
concerning.
Right? Yes, very concerning. Hey, you need to take a pause and say, "Do I really want to proceed with this person?" Because
you really gotta come to the table and say, "Yeah, I got this, that. Now what? You still like it?"
Yeah, and you give somebody a choice.
And going back to the Heartrimony episode, y'all definitely check out that episode 224, and they have a debt-free journey that they went through together, as a couple.
If you don't tell the truth, how you gonna start on the journey?
How you gonna start a journey?
Hey, look, man. So we got to be more transparent, and we got to give people a chance to choose, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to drag somebody into something forcefully, right? It don't matter how fine you are. It don't matter how tall you are. It don't matter how thick you are. If you are not in a financial place where you could, buy a home with me, where you could, if you need a car, get some. Hey, maybe being transparent with me, I could help you. Maybe by being transparent, and the ugly truth is maybe being transparent with me, I could leave you. That is the ugly truth. But It is better to get hurt early on, right? When you a month in, then you got a 5-year relationship, and now Ray telling you, "Oh, hey, I know you want to buy a house together, but you got to put it in your name, and I'm gonna just slide you a couple dollars here and there." You feel me? So it's better to get the hurt early.
Yeah.
Versus once you, how many years in, and now you tired of, "I can't live without him."
Fellas, get you a John that never bought a house so she can FHA a crib in her name. Flat out.
Hey, you heard that from Big Wok. You feel me? Hey, that's my nickname, man. I be shepping it up now, man. I didn't know they had a pan that was called
let me
Wok.
tell y'all, I walked in your crib and I thought I was at the hibachi spot, yo. You know the joint.
Hey, yo. I do my thing, man.
But now you put your foot in that rice, though. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, I gotta find more shrimp, but yeah, I did my thing. I did my thing.
I love it.
So yeah, man. So that's one of the things. Second thing, set a time and place for a special date.
Okay.
So it says pick a day and location that's most convenient and calm for both of you for the money talk. You want to be able to focus and not be interrupted. So you can have some fun with it, right? It don't got to be all this pressure at that moment. You can say, okay, you know what? Let's set a date around this. You know your favorite restaurant, we can go there, we can order all that you want, and then we can have a comfortable conversation. And even after that, maybe we can go to the movies to maybe decompress. You know, but you might tell me
if you're shit in order.
If you're shit in order, you feel me? Because you might tell me some things where it's like, I don't think you can afford to go to the movies. You feel me? So we might have to, you know, Netflix and just, I don't even know if you can afford that subscription.
I like that tip because it's a low pressure. You know, like I said, you're looking ahead towards it, so you have time to accurately gather your information. But I'm also like, if I feel like I'm in like a less favorable situation or a situation where I think that the person may not like it, I'm coming with actionable ways in terms of resolutions. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming and say, hey, I know I'm messed up right now, but you know what I'm saying? This is not a forever position that I'm being. And you can say, hey, this is how I got in this position. You know, I learned lessons of what not to do so that I don't get back into this situation again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that is a great piece of information to help to make the conversation.
Hey, do not conflate either, right? Do not think that because you have bad finances, the resolution is, oh, I'm going to be better in bed. No. Do not conflate.
Right.
The resolution is, hey, I'm going to be better financially. You know, and you should be able. Hey, but is but. You know, I mean,
you know what I'm saying. So, I don't know how
You
many.
wanna
I don't know what
expound?
bills. Like I said, unless you got popping OnlyFans, that butt don't pay the bills. So, you know,
hey man,
it is what it is.
Hey, you heard it here first. But is but. You know, so don't conflate. I think you want to get specific goals, right? Like if you're somebody who you're terrible at savings, instead of saying, oh, I'm just going to get better, you want to say, you know what? I'm going to start saving $10 a month. It might sound little, but that is specific, right? So you're giving your partner something to measure by, right? So guess what? At the end of the month, he's like, yo, how much you got in your savings account? Oh, I got $5. I thought you said you was going to do $10 a month. Why is that?
I think so often people focus on dollar amounts when it comes to finances, when more importantly it's about the behaviors and the habits.
Bro.
Because once you get the behaviors and the habits down pat, the money gonna compound. Like the money gonna compound. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going. If you think you're gonna go from, you know what I'm saying, $10,000 in your savings account today to $1 million in your savings account next month, can it happen? Yes. Very, 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 very low probability. So I'm not saying it can happen, but it's all about, like Toby said, it's about building the habits up. You start, hey, $10. You know, don't stop looking around so much. You can't look at, oh, my friends putting $100 every weekend. I'm only putting 10 in. That's fine. You put your 10 in, and you got 40 at the end of the month. Over the year, that's 480. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe the following year, you see, you know, an increase, a substantial increase in your income. So now you go from $10 a week. So you doing 150 a week.
Bro, that's so important what you said, because for me, that behavior piece, you know, I'm still in the wealth building phase of my life, right? Like every year I'm making more money, you know? And a lot of our listeners are in that same position, right? You give me somebody with that behavior of, hey, I could only save $10 now, but I have that down pat where it's like, yo, I don't care what my situation is. It's $10 getting saved. Hey, get on my team. You feel me? Because at some point, we're going to start making more money. And that mentality, that behavior, that's something I can work with.
Yeah, they say like, I know if I can't remember the number specifically, but I know over 50% of people in this country who make $100,000 or more are living paycheck to paycheck. So go back to my point. The money, not a problem.
Hey.
The habits are a problem. Like, so when you thinking or you looking at somebody and you like, oh, it's big money, it's big money wop, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, in your mind, don't come into it trying to compare like, oh, I'm not his level. Because it comes down to the mentality And who knows, how was I even ever comparing myself, because I surpassed that person. At the time, I felt like I was doing, like I said, in all honesty, the way that people handle their finances today is a very, very new phenomenon. And the fact that so many people are being, well, it seems they're being transparent on the internet or social media with their income. Back in the day, people weren't this open about things. So also take that with a grain of salt, because it goes back to this part we talked about earlier in the show, where some people are saying these things for marketing aspect. When people are telling you numbers online, they probably telling you gross numbers. We want to see net numbers. Take out them expenses, take out the taxes, take out the interest. You know what I'm saying? We need to see the bottom line.
See the roots.
Right. We need to see the roots.
Yeah.
So that's what we saying when, you know, people get into these comparative mentalities. It's no need for that, because if you put in the work, if you come with those behaviors, your time is going to come. The money is not going to be an issue. Dolph said it. He said, "I was born a millionaire. You know, I just had to go. I just had to go and get it. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
So that's what it's about. We need to really lock in on ourselves and not be worried about what's going on around us.
Bro, you on one this episode, bro. You took off the buffs too.
I am,
yo.
Because like you just see it so much, man, and it sucks because people are comparing themselves to people who not even living how it appears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the one chick down in Miami, a real estate influencer. She got caught. The PPP scam, like close to $400,000 in loans, but yet she was on social media, you know, boat rides down in Miami. I think she bought, was it a Bentley truck? One of them big boy trucks, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
big girl trucks. You
know what I'm saying? Now she's about to do several, you know, X amount of years in jail for this type of fraud. You know, you're gonna see more and more people coming out with the PPP fraud, but besides that, like I said, man, just live your life. Go at your own rate. Go at your own rates and run your own race.
Yeah.
Go at your own rate and run your own race.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, you on one today. Yo, what is going on with Tesla? Do we need to let the people know what's going on with Tesla? It's been a lot of appreciation.
Yeah. The stock is going crazy. Let me see. Year to date, let's see.
I think it's over 200 now. Year to date, I think it's over 100%. I want to say.
Let me see here. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. All right, you see it. Tesla is year to date. But what's going on with Tesla right now is they had to do a full
92%.
Yep, they had to do a recall on the full self-driving software. Looks like it's a crash risk, and I think that with Tesla, they've been through adversity before. And with their cars, you know, they get the over-air software updates. So it'll be interesting to see how quick, you know, Elon and the guys get that software update out to these vehicles. But it just seems like it's just been one thing after another lately with Tesla. Now that, you know, there are a lot more competitors on the market now. Like 2 years ago, it was just Tesla. But now, you know, Rivian, I see them riding around town.
Yeah. Lucid is one of them.
Yeah, Lucid. Then you got your traditional car makers.
Kia.
Yep, BMW.
Yep.
Yeah, the Kia joint smooth.
Yeah.
And Mercedes, the EQS. Yo.
That joint too expensive, though.
I know. It's like one something. Yeah, it's OD. But yeah, it's a lot more competition out here for people to choose from. And this is a time where Tesla got to tighten up. They got to tighten up.
Yeah, get them software.
Yeah, and I guess to me, I don't know how I would feel like trusting a car to drive me around. Like,
yeah. So, hey, look, I want to go ahead and give an educational piece to our listeners. So, it crossed my mind that not too many people actually know the truth behind a balance transfer, right? So, what exactly is a balance transfer? Everyone should understand what a transfer is, right? If you have one account, you need to put money in another account, so you do a little transfer, right? A balance transfer is no different. It is a transfer that occurs typically on a credit card, right? So in order for you to have a balance transfer, you need to have one credit card. The reason why I say you need to have one credit card is you could actually transfer balances that aren't from other credit cards. There is a way that you could transfer a balance. Let's say you had like a medical bill or something like that. You could say, hey, I'm gonna use this as part of my balance transfer offer or something like that.
Right.
So balance transfer is moving a balance typically from one credit card to another credit card. And the reason why balance transfers are so useful is because typically you get offers, right? So there's an introductory period. There's a period where it might be 12 months. They'll say, hey, we'll give you 0% on all balance transfers within the first 30 days, right? And if you do the balance transfer in the first 30 days, then you're charged 0% APR for that 12-month period. After the 12-month period, you're probably going to go to a much higher interest rate. So some things you need to focus on with a balance transfer offer. The first thing is, what is the interest rate on this balance transfer offer after the offer expires, right? You got to know that,
Definitely.
right? 2, how long does this offer stand for?
The duration of it.
3, what is the balance transfer fee, right? So interest is something that can compound. Fees are typically like one-time things, right? So it's just an upfront little jab, upfront little shot.
And is it a percentage or something? Is it a
It is a
flat dollar
percentage.
amount?
It is a percentage.
Okay.
Now, they will typically say it's either $10 or 3-4% or a percentage, right? But they'll say it's the greater of.
Right.
Right? You be looking at that $10, you be like, yo, that's cheap. Nah, it's the greater of the two. You know, and the reason why they set that nominal value is they're gonna make their money regardless, right? So if you want to do a balance transfer for $5, you're gonna pay a $10 fee or something like that. You know, so these offers are not good for small balances. You know, if you got $100, pay the $100. You don't need to do a balance transfer and now you have a balance transfer fee, and you know, like, what's the point? You know, so if it's a really small balance, just pay it off. You know, but these are really good when you need a little bit of a break. Interest rates have been going up, and every time the Fed raises interest rates, credit cards get impacted. You know, so balance transfers can be a really good way to start your year off right, get a little reset, you know, save some money on interest while aggressively paying down the debt. That's the key. Because some people do the balance transfer, they just set that minimum,
right?
And it's like, bro, by the end of that offer period, you should be able to pay that thing
right.
off.
You need that. That's the point of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it an advantageous offer to you, is to move that money over for a small fee versus keeping it on the current card that it was on and paying much higher APR rate.
All right, man. Let's switch lanes again. Who's the favorite to win the NBA title after all these little shakeups and trades?
Oh, they gonna say it again. KD f***ed up the league.
Wait, what is their squad though? What is their squad?
CP3,
they got Ayton, right? CP3,
D-Book,
Ayton, D-Book, KD,
and CP3. The four-headed monster.
No, who's the fifth?
Who's the fifth person they starting on? They start? Oh yeah, they starters.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know who's gonna be the fifth starter. Does it really matter? I mean, if they stay healthy. So I look at it as they have a top 10 player at 4 of their 5 positions on the starters. Ayton is a top 10 center. CP3 is a top 10 point guard. Then we know D-Book's a top 10 shooting guard, and KD is, of course, a top 10.
If DeAndre Ayton buys into defense, yeah, they're gonna take it.
Yeah.
If he buys into defense.
And no injuries from CP3 or Durant, because they've been injury prone lately.
Yeah.
Especially CP3 about to be 38, and he's gonna turn 38 during the playoffs.
Yeah.
But outside of that, though, they look good. You know, I'm not gonna count the Lakers out.
Bro, that's my squad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna count the Lakers out.
What's up, D-Lo?
Not for your sake, but yeah, they got D-Lo, and they actually have a nice. You know, they don't have a very star-studded lineup. So they got LeBron. They got, you got like I'll call LeBron and AD like a 5-star type of talent. D'Lo between 4 and 5-star. After that, you got a bunch of like 3-star talent, but
we're deep.
You're deep, correct? Yeah. You're deep. So pause, on your second, yes, pause is a good. Yeah, don't say no homo because that's gonna cost you $40,000.
$40,000 for a 2-word.
But
hey, shout out Cam Thomas.
Y'all are yes, you have great depth in your lineup, and I think the on the second squad you'll have who is it, Lonnie Walker, and there's one other person who's
Lonnie Walker and white boy Austin Reeves.
No, it's another they got Malik Beasley.
Yeah, Malik Beasley and Beasley. Yep.
Yeah. So that's like, and actually I think the other night he started. Malik Beasley didn't he start?
Yeah, he did start.
Yeah, with D'Lo, Beasley. Yep. So like that, I call him Hiroshima, but the Japanese, the Blackanese guy, and then AD and LeBron. That's a quality starting lineup, and then off the, like I said, on the second team, you got somebody who can, hold it up a little bit. And of course, I'm pretty sure they'll mix in some of the starters with that second team.
Hey, Lakers winning the chip, man. We going all the way. I know we're not even in the play-in now, but don't be a hater. After the All-Star break, we gonna show y'all, man. Just wait till after the All-Star break.
Okay.
So that's my pick, man. Hey, bro.
Nice.
I think we done given them a lot of gems. I think we've given them a lot of things to replay the episode on.
Yeah, a lot of quotables.
Hey, get your notepads out.
Facts. If you're not gonna open them books, don't open
get your partner out too.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of reveals during this Valentine's period, right? I want you to reveal to your partner that you want to have a talk with them about their finances. Mm-hmm. All right? I done shown you everything else. You done shown me everything else. Show me the numbers. You feel me? Have that conversation. We gave you some advice on how to do that. So if you missed that, make sure you replay that. And make sure you're replaying all of our other episodes. And let me tell y'all something. I love when y'all like our stuff on social media, but we really need y'all to share this stuff, right? So like it, share, and post a comment. If you do that, oh my gosh, let me tell y'all, I'm single now.
And also, I'm out here if you go back and listen,
I'm still in my pitch, nigga.
Oh, my bad.
I'm out here now.
You out here.
Hey, yo. Hey,
shout out.
I don't want no problems, yo. I don't want no problems. I got sisters.
But dog, going back to this point, if you go back and listen to 224, the episode with the heart ceremony with the hot zogs, we left people in there with a limited time offer through the month of February for a discount towards a service from the heart ceremony. It's embedded in the.
Hey, we don't gotta beg them to pay out.
No, this is not a beg. I'm just reminding them that we're not only coming with, knowledge, but we're actually offering financial assistance to listeners.
Hey, man.
That's
of both worlds. Best of both worlds.
We like fast foul here.
Hey, look, if you're looking for me, you can find me. You can find me Instagram, Twitter, at LongLiveTOBE.
What's your OnlyFans? Are you single now?
Hey, you wild. You a wild boy.
OnlyFans.com/LongLiveTOBE. Somebody gonna try and watch. All right.
I don't have an OnlyFans.
It was a joke, y'all.
Hey, but if I did.
That's not notification. $20.
Hey, yo, let me put my do not disturb on. But you can find me on Instagram, on Twitter, LongLiveTOBE. If you have any business inquiries, please reach out to me at btoconsult.com. btoconsult.com.
You can find me at Josh G Lifestyle on Twitter and Instagram. Definitely looking forward to connecting with more followers, more listeners. Definitely check out the CC Smack Instagram and Twitter at CC Smack Podcast. Definitely we appreciate everyone sharing the shows with their family, with their friends, online on different social media platforms. Like you said, we're gonna remain the top 1% podcast. And man, we just appreciate everyone for tuning in. Any new listeners, we see y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
Drop that 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts.
Hey, keep on spreading the love.
www.ccsmackpodcast.com for the merch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we really like that. We like that. Like, we like that, yo. Stop playing with me, yo.
Hey, man. Episode 226. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Till next time.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.